Hello everyone, so picking off where we last were, rather than traveling to the location where we needed to go, which is just here in Camp Bronze Lake, I decided just to teleport there and start there, since I had already attuned to the Aetheryte earlier in the original video of the last video. So what we need to do is whistle loudly at the designated locations, and we will just start over here with the first one. As I almost run past it. And the next one is over here. And the last one is over this way. And who needs paths? I'll just run over the edges and stuff. And as you can see, we have... I guess I should have gone this way last. You see over there, we need to head over to. Which is just over here somewhere. And I didn't actually realize there was a ledge there. Oh, I'm going the wrong direction. Where do we need to go? Do we need to go past here? No, we don't. We need to go this way. Oh. I guess I needed to go upwards. That was a fail and a half. Carbuncle. I thought it was upwards. I didn't think it was down. I'm pretty sure I need to go up here. Ah, yes, up over there. Oh well. And... Rio. Greetings, lass. Might you be the one the captain said would come calling? Aye, I thought so. Pay attention now, 'cause I ain't explaining myself twice. Alrighty, and Riol's. Riol is waiting for you to give him your undivided attention. Years ago, when we was weighing up how to get to Titan, one of our scouts stumbled across the beastman Aetheryte, you see? What? What's that look for? Not familiar with him? He speaks of an unamplified aetheryte which has been claimed by a beast tribe. Lest you wonder, there is no fundamental difference between such aetherites and those which you have used on countless occasions, Celebrian. Ah, well, if it ain't the Charlatan lass. Welcome back. Forgive me for interrupting. I had planned to await your report, but I succumbed to curiosity. The tunnels beneath Ogamoro form a bewildering labyrinth that no outsider has ever fully explored. How the company of heroes managed to navigate it is a mystery I have long pondered. Ha! Give us a bit of credit, love. We aren't daft enough to try going in the front. Kobolds are always digging new tunnels and filling the old ones with traps. One wrong step and the next thing you know, you've got 100 tons of rock on your noggin. Suicide to even try, see? Funny thing was, the kobolds didn't seem to have no trouble finding their way around, and it was that as got us thinking. I mean, Ugamaro mines are like a bleeding city, ain't they? And getting around in a city that big would be a right pain in the arse if you didn't have an Ethernet, wouldn't it? So it stood to reason that the kobolds must have one, didn't it? Even if there were aetheryte shards in the depths of Ogamaro, you would have needed to attune yourself to them before you could identify their signature within the life stream. Ah, well that's where you're wrong, love. We had this Charlian bloke to help us, see? Deliver us right into Titan's bedchamber he did. I don't rightly know how he did it, but I do remember him saying it weren't nothing any Charlian scholar worth her salt couldn't manage. Did he, now? Humph. Locating a beacon in the absence of a known signature might be possible if the aetherytes in question happen to be... Ah, yes, but in order to guide a traveler to said beacon safely, a second party would be required to... It is possible, in theory at least, yet I cannot be certain until I try. Plainly, all will depend on whether or not I am worth my salt. Oh, you are, lass. Don't you worry about that. Have a bit of faith in yourself. Why don't we all go to Zelma's Run and take a closer look at the aetheryte? It ain't far, though there's sure to be a few kobolds blocking the way. Not you can't handle, mind. And so we need to go up over this way. Then I'll just take the shortcut of jumping down. I'm gonna zoom out a little bit. And so we need to head that way. And I'm going to ignore those, even though they're not going to ignore me. And here we have a kobold pitman. And a kobold patrolman. And that one. But we'll... oh. I guess that one also spotted me. Of course they did. Why wouldn't they? I like how the kobold had to move to make room for the chocobo there. Too slow to interrupt that here. Hello. And there we go. So, I need to attune to the Beastman Aetheryte there. So, this is the Aetheryte the Company of Heroes used to gain access to Titan's Sanctuary. It is as Papalamo speculated. In its present state, this aetheryte signal will not be strong enough for our purposes. I may, however, be able to use my own energies to amplify it. Alas, the task will monopolize my attention for the duration. It seems you will have to proceed without me, Celebrian. I must needs remain here and supplement this beacon's power, lest you be denied your only path of escape. Fear not, I will summon the Maelstrom forces stationed nearby to protect us. With effort, it is possible that I may be able to stabilize the aetheryte signal and thereby join you, albeit belatedly. Until such time as I do, you will be on your own. Now, let us see if I am worth my salt. I have located another beacon, one far below the mountain. I can only speculate as to what you will find there, so stint not in your preparation. And thus we have the navel. We'll hide behind here, if we can. You should be safe there. Yeah. You have leaves coming out of her eyes. Look, an overdweller. Yes, yes, an invader from above. She uses her aetherites against us. She has defiled Titan's sacred sanctuary. Trespassed, violated, defiled. Overdwellers must leave. Overdwellers must fly. Brothers and sisters, fear her not. Her fate shall be decided by the Lord of Craigs. Hear me, Overdweller. You and your treacherous brethren must be held to account for the breaking of the covenant. You shall be first to face judgment, then Limsalumidza and her oath-breakers, liars, betrayers, oath-breakers. Oh, great Father Lord of Craigs, Titan, we summon you! Titan, we summon you! Oh, great Father Lord of Craigs, Titan, we summon you! Titan, we summon you! And they probably sound more reverent than me. Friendly looking, isn't he? He is come! He is come! The Lord of Craigs, Titan, is come! Overdweller, art thou deaf to their weeping? Thy vile kind coveteth ever the blessing of the land, and murdereth my children by the score, all in service to greed. Such sins are beyond pardon. Ah, but I am not the first to suffer thy defiance. Thou didst bring Ifrit low. How do you know? Godless Overdweller, thy myriad heresies shall not go unpunished. Upon thee shall I wreak a terrible vengeance. Actually, I kind of forgot that he speaks. Same with Ifrit. So the important to note is you don't want to be standing on this side, because that. And you can't actually stop the AO, so as you see I demonstrated using that there, but you can't actually interrupt it. And once again, I would recommend standing as close as you can to it, though. And in this case, you want to attack Titan's heart. And as you saw there, you want to make sure your DPS get free, or your healer, or happens to be your tank. Usually it's your DPS or your healer, though. I think it's kind of who takes the most aggro. And he's gonna jump up. And then jump down. And kind of go ragey. And as you see, there's some more AO there. There's a lot of AO in this one. And if you hadn't noticed what his swinging swipes when he turns around towards whichever direction, so, well, not this one, but that one there. Those ones there are also very bad. Anyway, that long swipe one, it actually extends out a bit from the AO lines itself, so you want to be careful about that. The Lord of Craigs, great Father Titan has fallen. The crimes of the Overdwellers shall never be forgiven, never be forgotten. No, no, never. 'Twas your kin who broke the covenant. We have acted only in defense of our lands. Cease your aggression, or never will there be peace. Until our dying breaths we shall defy you. Deny, decry, defy. Now these are the readings one would expect of an icon. I've seen enough. We proceed as planned. Are you sure this is wise, my lord? Your curiosity is untested and unproven. You do not yet know its true capabilities. Then trust in mine, sure. My curiosity, as you so eloquently put it, would have bested Titan in the blink of an eye. Why, if there be truth to the legends, it could readily subjugate the whole of Eorzea, given but a little while longer. Is that not so? And uh-oh. It is. No greater single power has ever been conceived, much less realized. What you say may well be true, but while such devices may win battles, I do not believe they will serve to change the course of this war. Oh, but they will. Have a little faith, my friend. I cannot endorse this course of action. Fool. And now she has a fourth. Fascinating. Carry on, Crystal Bearer. Far though you have come, your work is far from done. And naught remain to mark his passing. Well, the Ascians are nothing if not elusive. It is of little wonder that they should cast advanced teleportation magics at will. But that they would choose to consort with the Empire. What common goal could they possibly share? Ho-ho! I feared I might arrive too I feared I might arrive too late, but I see you had the matter well in hand. I have taken measures to ensure that we are not pursued, yet I cannot say how long they will hold. Take your leave while the kobolds are still in disarray. I will follow anon. There is something I must investigate before I depart. I will teleport you to the Ithraid in Zelma's Run, and we will rendezvous at the Camp Bronze Lake. Agreed? Yep. Ta-da! And of course, because we're right back here, we're in a fight. Naturally. Now, I could have just run away, but... let my chocobo deal with that? Not. So, just heading back to Camp Bronze Lake, mostly to get out of the way of things like that. And here we are. Alrighty, and now to find Y'shtola, who is apparently right here. Y'shtola. I'm relieved to see you well, but come, let us discuss our next step. And apparently we have some quests here now. But we'll first talk to Y'shtola. Y'shtola is keen to discuss your next task. Though word will already have reached Maelstrom Command, protocol requires that a representative of our order inform the High Commander of the mission's success. The honor is rightfully yours, Celebrian. Once again, I must commend you on a job well done. We shall speak again soon. I like how the explanation mark was hovering over her head as she was walking away. Slightly amusing. We will do these side quests first. Storm Private Blogbell has a letter burning a hole on his bedside table. Well met, adventurer. I serve with the Maelstrom Black Sails, or did until I suffered grievous wounds in a battle with the kobolds. I was invalided? Sure. And sent here. Will you take this to my commanding officer in Camp Overlook? It's a request for a reinstatement. It ill suits my nature to lie abed. I was told my duty was to recover, and I have been dutiful. But surely they do not mean for me to wait until every last bit of flesh has knitted together. I can hold an axe. That should be enough. Between here and Camp Overlook is kobold territory. As the crow flies, I suggest you be smart about it. Go to Jijirun's trading post and take a boat across the lake. From there, head north to Outer Noscea. So, he's referring to going over here to Jijirun's trading post. And then that takes you over to here. And then you would go up to Upper Noscea. I know what I'm speaking. And then over this way. Instead of going through Zelma's Run, which has got kobolds and such, and then going through here, which we don't know yet, but also has kobolds and stuff, which we'll find out later. But for now, we don't know that. And it'll be obvious if you happen to go this way, because you'll see that there are a bunch of level 45s and stuff, and as we're only level 36, that would be a bad idea to go through. Well, in part. You should be fine if you're on a mount, but if you're not, you might find yourself dying soon and fast. Anyhow, Rukusa Furusa is a man much tried. As you know from your prior visits, we treat— wait, what? I've never been here before. What? As you know from your prior visits, we treat the wounded from the front with all our arts and with the healing waters of the hot springs. We serve soldiers, but for some uncountable reason, we have a goldsmith here at the present. He simply showed up, and we could hardly turn him away. Now he is asking for salamander oil, but we cannot spare any. I find the entire situation awkward in the extreme. Will you extract 4 vials worth of oil from the salamanders roaming nearby and give them to the goldsmith? The healer, Arunlika, greets you with a smile and a chore, as she is wont to do. Who could mind when the cause is good and the smile so fair? We used mulled wine from the Wineport to treat the wounded. It restores the bodily humors and gives vigor to hearts made weary by fever. Why don't you put yourself to some good use, adventurer? I prepared some mulled wine earlier and need it heated to make warm wine. Warm wine? Will you submerge these bottles in the hot spring over yonder and serve them to those that need it sorely? I suppose I am capable of doing that. I guess we need to kill stuff over there, but we will do this wine task first. And I believe, obviously, we need to go here. Destination. Mulled wine. Sour red cooked with various spices and citrus rinds over a low flame so as to preserve the alcoholic content. And then we need to pick up the warm wine with a very slow interacting. I never understand why there's some slower than others. It doesn't make much sense, really. Maybe it's just to emphasize a delicate process or something. And obviously we need to disperse it to those who require it, and I believe there are a couple up here, as it were, and I am correct. Pibo Waka. My wounds heal for sure and certain. Not so stiff and sore no more, neither. Warm wine. Heated in the warm springs beneath Ogamoro, this mulled wine is said to cure countless ailments. And these ailments it cannot cure, it will help one forget. Obliged, adventurer. That's a mugful of good medicine there. Wouldn't mind taking some of that back to the front. Hopefully not drinking while you're on duty. Rustig. Now that's smart. I know, I'm counting my blessings. Don't you make those eyes at me, just saying it's smart. And have some wine. Humph, that hits the spot. I don't mind that kind of burn. It's a fine thing, being alive. I don't mind me none. I like ya all, just like my own Levymore. Been through a lot together. Okay. And we need to head over this way. And yes, you can go, in fact, on the roof here, as I'm demonstrating. And spoiler, but not spoiler, I didn't find that, well, I won't say what for, but I didn't find that out until one of the class quests, or job quests for one of the various jobs. Look at that. I do believe I can move that foot a little more. Sure helps with the hurt, too. Have some warm wine. Thank you, adventurer. You see, we'll be on our feet and halfway to being the Warrior of Light before you're done warming another bottle. Warriors of Light. Plural. Reading. Comprehension. Speaking. Anyway. It's a very pretty area around here. Even at nighttime. Yeah, moo-moo. Darn, I can barely remember a time when everything didn't hurt. I feel like I've always been here. I have some warm wine to forget. Thank you and cheers. Oh, hot and spicy, just like the horn we raised when the sergeant was wedded, when the little red-haired private fell. All my friends, I'll be back, you steel-chewing roughnecks. Not entirely sure that made sense, but maybe it was just me. Anyhow, thank you for your kindness, adventurer. Those soldiers you met, they may be champions for our way of life, but here they are sisters and brothers, sons and daughters. They are so young, most of them, and so hurt in spirit and body. Most will return to the front, and some will not even survive to come under my care again. It's what they want and what we need of them. I know, but I tell myself that I heal them so they can become farmers and smiths, alchemists and rangers, mothers and fathers. For a few it will be true. That will have to be enough. And apparently that took us to the next level. But not over 9,000. They're her. So we'll head over here, and we need to kill some of the salamanders here. And we'll just make sure we don't get too close over there. Salamander. I can never tell if those are eyes or just some sort of weird shape thing on their heads. I mean, they kind of look like eyeballs, but you don't actually see them. Either way, they're very amphibious looking. Hello. And how about you? I gotta zoom out a little bit there. And Tab was not my friend. Trying to help my chocobo out, and I was too late. And as you can see, our level's 37, and this is level 34. So we are well ahead of where we need to be for the story quest, and as you can see right here, story quest is still level 34. Which is fine. Which is also partly why I want a second class at least to be able up and on par with this, so that if I get too far ahead, then I'm, well, probably utilizing that experience, because I don't want my character be like level 70 when I'm still doing level 60 quests or something. Even though it makes it a lot easier. Aside from the fact that you end up syncing to various things. Okay, so first thing I'm going to do is go over there. And I can actually teleport, but I will turn in that quest first. Or will I? I will not. Oh, we will go this way first, just to show off the, thingy. And we'll ignore these guys, even if they chase us. So we need to go over this way. And this is obviously with a drinkmonger. With the fairy skip. Adventurer wants going to shop a Memaroon. Adventurer give 40 gil. Which is cheaper than using the Aetheryte. And then from here we need to go this way, provided I jump and not get blocked by a rock. So this is the same path that I took, although I came from western Noscea, so I had teleported to Aleport, and then went up this way, and then that way. Anyways, and something I said in the original video of the last video is that's another one of my favorite pieces of music for battle music. And I had also mentioned that I still had Hunt Log to do here, but as you can see, I don't think we really need that experience right now, but I will eventually go around to get them. So then, as you can see, we're now headed into Outer Noscea, as was suggested for the side quest as well. And then there's a bunch of agros around this area And if you stick close to the path, you can mostly avoid them. Some of them do venture on. And if you see, like, right there, they would spot me. I'm not worried because I know that I can go right here and hop down. And now they can't bug me. Ha ha ha. Joke's on them. And obviously, you see we have a side quest here as well. Adventure, eh? What do you got for us? Plea to Blowweedin. A formal request by one blog ball to be reinstated into his former Maelstrom unit. Hand over. A letter? Can't drink that, eat that, or keep a bed warm with that. Especially when it's from the pup blue ball. Listen, what do they call you? Celebrian? We're the Red Swallows here, the most roughneck levy in all of the Maelstrom. Most of us come from what you might call a privateer background. We're the teeth of the Maelstrom. What I'm saying is, you want to know where the worst of the fighting is. Just look for the Red Swallows. This is the front. Not a moment of rest for from the kobolds. Ain't no place for a pup with half-healed wounds. The kid has his heart in the right place, I'll warrant that, but he's like to get it blown out of his chest if he toddles on back here. He's just going to have to sleep in a soft bed and eat food that ain't full of weevils until he heals up. And I guess he has another quest for us. And we might as well pick up these ones as well. Commander Bluewidden has a request of you, and when a red swallow asks nicely for something, it is best to oblige. The commissary finally received a shipment this morning. That should make things a bit easier around here. Brass sent me a fresh warm water trout, biggest I've seen. The privilege of command, eh? But I can't rightly eat it myself. My 3 best scouts haven't had anything like real food in weeks. They're out finding paths and breaking kobold skulls every day. So I'm going to ask you to grill that fine trout and serve it to them. And we get to interact with the campfire. Large warm water trout. This could be the largest warm water trout ever to have lived. Past tense. I like the emphasis of the fact that it says past tense. Oops, I don't want to click on the kubu. And another very slow interacting. There we go. And I guess we need to deliver it over that way, but first we will pick up this side quest. Sergeant Swilgrail wants something, and what this lady wants she usually gets. Oi, you! Yeah, you, the honey-faced one with all the buckles. I've got a job for you. I needed me some raptor claws, but the peasants gave me so much trouble that I clean forgot I was killing 'em practical like. Got mad, bashed their heads in, and walking away whistling. Their carcasses be lying around somewhere near. Got a few of my arrows through 'em. Fetch me the claws, my wild rose, and I might be back in that practical mood. And oi, one more thing. You see those arrows of mine? Bring back the heads. It's easy enough to fletch an arrow, but arrowheads don't grow on birds. That, uh-huh. And oh yes, I had attuned here. Duh. How else would I have been able to teleport also? And we'll just pick up this quest that's over here as well. Augustine. Storm Private Augustine comes to you sore of neck and red of eye, having grown weary of scanning the sky. Camp Overlook may as well be an island. The roads ain't worth plopping a supply train unless you like to, wait, what? The roads ain't worth plopping a supply train on, lest you like to, feed kobolds or something. So anything that needs getting there, they go by balloon. They up and up's not what it's cut out to be, though. Got them condors what try and muck with the balloon. Sure would appreciate them being, dead or something. Can't you just say, can you go kill some, what are we supposed to kill? Condors? I believe that's, the building that we saw on the other side of camp. By... over here. Maybe. Possibly. I don't know. Anyway, we will go over here, deliver those, and get all that stuff there. Oh, he waved. Ardent Red Swallow. The 12 watch over me, and if I should perish before this day is over, may I take as many of the enemy as I've known doxies. Large grilled trout. Superstitious small folk believe one gains the memories of any being he eats. Ask yourself this. Do you truly wish to know how this warm-water trout lived? Not particularly. Trout? Bah! I'd a fancy for a fat hen. There are 4 things I like. A bit of petticoat, a mug of sour beer, a leg of fowl, and a whole lot of dead kobolds. You're welcome for the fish. Eager Red Swallow. I am steel. Hear me, you mold jerks. I am steel. And here's large grilled trout. The commander sends a plate, eh? Smells good. I usually like beef, hot and bloody, but this'll do for a snack. Starving Red Swallow. This ain't getting easier, going out day after day, especially with that smell of fresh fish grilling. Wait, what? Especially with that smell of fish grilling. Well, guess what? You get a fish. What's this now? The commander had you grill it up for us? Oh ho ho! Look at the size of thing! But next time, give us a suckling pig. Well, fish is on the menu today's. Right. We'll go over that way first. And we will collect the stuff that is over here. Serrated arrowhead. With apparently a dead raptor thing. And apparently that Lalafell had already defeated whom we needed to fight otherwise. How convenient. And we collected all the arrowheads and whatnot. And now we need to kill the raptors, but we'll go a little further away. Oh, we need to kill the condors, not the raptors. I know what I'm talking about. Or do I? And we'll head on over this way. And I see we have a level 50 over there. Make sure we get the right one. We just need to kill one more. There we go. And now we'll turn in those quests, and I could just run there, but no real reason to. And we'll head over this way first. Augustine Storm Private. You saw to them condors. Cor, that's a shiny piece of news. The balloon gets around, you know, and that's important in a war. It goes one place and the next, like. Wish I's a balloon. Tell the truth, some of them that's comrade to me scare the drawers off of me. Wild about fresh meat they are. Like to kill you for it. Corsairs they used to be, I hear. And we'll turn in the quests over here. Storm Captain. Ha ha ha, that's my boys. No respect except where it counts. Mark me words, soon as your back was turned, all three fell to and swore 'twas the best thing they ever tasted. We're a crew, you hear me? Them that's here, them that's gone, them that's eaten their heart out at Bronze Lake. The red swallows do for each other, and Ifrit never take the hindmost because there ain't ever anyone left behind. And we get Mugwort Carp. Apparently has another task for us, but we will turn this one in first. Boy, sweet thing, get me my claws and arrowheads? I sure did. Velociraptor claw, a 6-elm retractable claw found on the Velociraptor's middle toe, used to slice the bellies of its prey. Lovely. This handicaps the victims, ensuring they are still alive when the raptor begins to feed. Ugh. Gross. Serrated arrowhead. The pronged waves on the edge of this deadly head allowed for the easier entry into a target's flesh while making it more difficult to remove. Appreciate, dear heart. Why the long-faced? Oh ho, you think we're that low on supplies? Listen, Crumpet, the kobolds can't leave metal be, and you throw at 'em even arrowheads, back to their burrow it goes, and smelt it into a new arms. So the orders are give 'em no metal, make arrowheads out of claw, curt a bit of the cook's gingerbread, and haul back... Make arrowheads out of claws, chart, and a bit of the cook's gingerbread, hard as rock, and haul back any steel or bronze arrowheads. Comes natural like to us seafaring folk, you know. We be scrimpers. AKA, using what you can when you have it. Sergeant Swillgrill is a woman of many talents, as you discovered one memorable day. This fine morning she is attempting to master another. My mama told me before I went to sea, "Girl, you're strong as a horse, fast as a snake, and brave as the whole company of heroes put together. But your sister's the clever one of the family. Leave the thinking to others." There's no leaving anything to anyone else out there, so I was thinking, how's about we tame some squirrels? They'd rip through kobolds. Just go out there, tire out a squirrel, and catch it with this big sack. You got the figs for that, I'll bet. Oh, I'm no good at catching. I get too wild, and before I know it, it's all killed or spent. No sweet thing, this one needs your touch. Somehow I don't think this is a good idea, and I'm thinking it's going to turn out bad. Commander Bluiden has something on his mind. Don't let the looks fool you. The kobolds make a bad enemy. They've forgotten more about smelting and alchemy than some of the lot on our side have ever known. All that matters is the kobolds can make golems, and war's a thing that kicks down the door between can and do. You know about the ancient golems up in the floating city of Nim? The scouts tell me the moles are gathering material in the ruins. Once they make more golems and send them against us, we're as good as done. I got no men to spare, and you're not the worst I've seen. Thanks. Put a stop to their shopping trip before it... Shopping trip, really? Before it starts raining golems. Here's how the water's gonna run. You find a golem and get its soul stone. You put that on a likely spot as bait, and put an end to any kobolds that show up. And here, take these bottles of water. My boys tell me that they didn't like the look of the kobolds' armor. But, you know, alchemy. It'll wash. Good to know. Maybe? So I guess we're gonna do those over there. Kobold City. It's amazing how they grew upwards when they're usually downwards. Living. Meh. Let's try not to think like a beastman. Just yet, anyway. It's pretty. So, we need to go this way, and... Hello, golem that I require the assistance of. Can I borrow your soulstone? No? Well, I might just take it then. Ah, that's why I'm so slow. My chocobo, I forgot. Dead. And I got that. And where do I need to take that over there? But first, I will get that coral that I require for the quest. And we'll go for this one because it's by itself. Ta-da! Of course, I was too slow, so the paralyze is still being affecting. We need to go this way. I believe up here? Nope, nope, I'm one ledge too not right. This way. Haha. Also pretty. The floating castle. In the sky. Pun. We need to put the gem golem soulstone. And I guess we're supposed to wait there. Waiting. Waiting. The unbreakable. Hello. You're soon to die. Use the water in the glass bottle to defeat the unbreakable cobalt. Okay, so I'm gonna stun you and then use this if I can without being interrupted, but I was too slow. Let's try that again. Oh, it resisted the stunning, that's why. Let's try that then. Nope. 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 I think I missed my chance. Let's try this again. Stun. Stun. Oh, it resisted. Stun. Stun. Let's try it again. Ah, jeepers. This is not good. I kind of need that for my quest here. Let's change you to Defender, and let's change that to Sword of. Let's see if that helps. Oh, no, you're casting, so there we go. Okay, switching back to that. Free stance. There we go. And we'll just use that. And we'll actually switch you to healer because we need some healing. And I actually forgot that my Chocobo leveled up. And I don't think I can do this well in battle, so I will do that right after. But I can actually increase some of my skills that my Chocobo has, and the first one I'm going to do is my healing! Because the healing for my Chocobo is kind of pathetic right now. And I have to say, fighting this right now is kind of pathetic as well. Fortunately, those last for 4 minutes, and that should be more than enough time to kill this. And I'm going to switch to attacker now. As you can see, that just went down like there's no tomorrow. Okay, we're going back to free stance. Okay, companion. Skills. And we will increase you by 2. And as you can see, we have 1 SP, but these cost 2, so we have to wait till we level up again. And we'll be leveling up to level 4, so then we'll have 5 total skill points, as it were. I keep calling them stat points, but it's the same difference, really. And so with the 5, I'll probably increase that by 3 again. And then pick, or not 3 again, I'll probably pick this, and then use the remaining 2 for either defender or attacker. Probably attacker. But anyway, actually, we will just teleport there. Much faster. And so we actually need to go this way. And we'll talk to Spy Grail. Hey, good looking. Catch my curel yet? I sure did. Full curel-sized sack. You shudder to think a thin layer of burlap is all that separates you from a flurry of fangs and claws. And then you wonder of game logic as to how your character was able to lug them around while doing other things. Ah, right, a real darn coral. Wait till I tame this thing. The kobolds ain't gonna know what hit them. Won't know, because they'll all be in pieces. Now, how am I going to tame this thing? How is it done usual like? Do you just sit on him or talk to him? As I said, not going to go well. Sweetly done, adventure. We won't have to look over his shoulder for an army of golems now. Risking little blood now saves wallows of it later. Fantastic. Sort of. Clearly Commander Bloden has come to trust your skill and discretion. Well met, Celebrian. Thanks for the other times you're not soft. Well met, Celebrian. Thanks for the other times. You're not soft, I'll give you that. I have a job that needs a hard lass to kill. Searching for kobold scouts. My boys say there are at least 3 of them somewhere on the hill. You can handle yourself, can't you? I guess so, and as long as I don't get stuck on the campfire there. So we will do this, and then I believe that should be the last one for now anyway. And then we'll head back to Camp Bronze Lake and do some of those side quests there. And then also do the main scenario quest, which is reporting back elsewhere. Ideally, I could have done some of this afterwards. I'm assuming he's not yet. Destination. I see a flag. A Lepsin Normansa flag. Flag. What? And the raptor's probably gonna spot us, as I said. But I'm gonna ignore it. Because it's not special. Or is it? Of course. We have quests here. Oh, not quests here. Ones that I can't ignore this time. As they'll be in the way, and they'll probably attack me while I'm trying to interact with that. Which would prevent me from finishing that interaction, as demonstrated a moment ago with that kobold whom we needed to kill and use that water or whatever on it. Ideally, if I would to do that quest again, you would want to use the water before you start attacking it because it's casting, and so in that case you don't actually want to stun it because, as you saw, it was fully resisting. So yeah, that's my theory anyway. We'll just drag you over here. And then the last one is over that way. And the Ratman kind of looked weird. And we'll just ride the carbuncle. Ha! I didn't call it a chocobo, although I had to hesitate. Where are we going? We're going not through there, we're going over here. This way? I think this is one of the ones where I had trouble trying to figure out where I needed to go. Okay, so... I see. Up by that coral there. I need to go back up this way. Guess I fell off the edge. I need to go this way. Ignore that. We need to go... Oh, I ran past it. I'm observant. Need to go past that. Hopefully the curl doesn't notice us. And watch it, it will as soon as this is done. Oh, no. But, we'll just sneak our way over here. Get over here. Just because it looks like a giant chicken doesn't mean you can eat it. Sheesh. Some kobolds. Okay, so we need to go back to the camp there. And I'll ignore the silly condors. And I just ran past where I needed to go. Clayton, I put a glass on you soon as I heard there was fighting. I had you pegged for a hellcat. Sure you don't want to give up the road and join us here? There's enough kobold to go around. There's something a touch familiar about those kobolds you saw too. I've seen somewhat move that way before. I could swear to it. It'll come to me if we have even that much time. And while we don't really... Well, I don't really like that, how it looks, but... Some mines are sieves and some are steel traps, and Commander Blowiden has the latter sort. His remembrance of things past begins a mission of vengeance. I've been racking my brain over those scouts you slew, and now I remember where I last saw them. They belong to that cursed priest. The priest's the leader of the kobolds, the 129th Order. The only lot to ever make it past our sentries into this camp. This camp supposed to be like a ship. This camp's supposed to be like a ship. You might get a broadside, but you'll see it coming. You're supposed to be safe here, but it wasn't safe that night, and one of mine almost died. A young swallow new made, easy pickings for the moles. They slipped in on a rainy night, and when it was over, we found Bloggaball. He'd been lying out in the rain, and there were rills of color of roses running off of him. I hadn't kept him safe in his own camp, see? So the Sawbones had to save him. I've amends to make. That the priest's got to die. If the priest is here, that means there are kobold bombs nearby. When the 129th retreats, they go in fire and thunder. That's their way. You go to the bombs and set them off yourselves. He'll come scampering to see what's amiss. Take him, then. You may not be one of mine, but you're a red one, steel to soul. I can count on you. Take the smoldering coal. Use it on the bombs. Since that night, I'll not misprize the priest's guile. Already the whole camp's on alert, rearing to avenge Blogbell. If this is one of the kobolds' tricks, and they're thinking of ambushing us here, they won't live long enough for our regrets. And I guess we need to go that way, so we'll ride our carbuncle. I almost said chocobo. And I believe after this, on the presumption that our vengeance is successful, which it obviously should be, would head us back to the Bronze Lake. I'm guessing? That's just a theory anyway. I seem to vaguely recall something like that. It's usually the case with most of the other quests. Anyway. Huh. So I need to use the bombs on that there. Boom. And another one's right here. I think the other one is over here. Or is it over here? See anything shiny and blue? Hopefully it's not back there. Don't see it. Of course it's one of those that I have trouble finding. Okay, well this is within the ring and it... Oh, there it is. Right there. There we go. And obviously a destination here. I honestly don't remember hearing the music this much. And obviously a 129th Order Priest. And there we go. I don't believe... Okay, I didn't think we needed to do anything, so I'll just ride the carbuncle back. Hey, that time I didn't hesitate to say carbuncle. And... Loading. Well, tell me good news. Did you rid us of the priest? Kobold Priest's Helm. A trophy taken from the corpse of a kobold priest of the 129th Order. His helm, ripped from that cunning head of his. You've done me a great service, adventurer. Will you do another for the Red Swallows? Take the helm to Private Blagball at Camp Bronze Lake. Tell him the priest is dead. Pup that he is, having a trophy will mean much to him. An adventurer or not, you're one of us now. Times aren't just changing, Celebrian. They're turning like a mutinied ship. Who knows? Could be that being a friend of the Red Swallows proves a mighty useful thing. And... oops. We will teleport back to Camp Bronze Lake now. Because as I had surmised, we're heading back there. That's what I... and as I said, that's what I had surmised from having played that before. And, yeah. And Blogbill is right here. Hello. I know your face. Ah, the adventurer who delivered my pleas, but to no avail. You come from Overlook. Is all well there? And we hand over the kobold's helm. The priest is dead. The swallows? I thought perhaps they thought my wounds just deserts and left me to my shame. He did not tell you? I had the East watch that night. 'Twas me that failed and near died in the failing. Look, see these cuts inside the helm? One from each of the red swallows. These are the same marks we make in the woods, so that no comrade may be lost. Aye, thank you for bringing this. I am the most fortunate man in the world. And we'll grab those stabbers. And now we need to continue the side quest that we were doing over here, and there was a slight reason why I delayed. Meet Godbert. You may recognize him, although he was more fully clothed then. Most kind you are, most kind to bring me the oil of salamander. Salamander oil, a thick, sticky oil collected from the underbelly of a ripper-dwelling salamander. Lovely. I had a need of a large horn and made the grievous error of visiting a great buffalo with a handsaw. He liked it not, and I sustained a most horrific scratch. It smarted so, end the ache. Oh no, I was not thrown. I am not so green as that. No, when the beast shook its head, I stepped backward, slipped, and fell. Then I fell again later, strolled back to the dog cart. No need to be shy. You are an adventurer and I'm a goldsmith. The body is simply an instrument in occasional need of oiling. Oil, madame. Oil, I say. Yes, exactly that. Come, my body awaits your ministrations. This is the most awkwardest part ever. The relief. Again, I say. Ah, I can feel soothing fingers working into every knot. That is your cue, madame. Soothing fingers now, please. By the 12, that feels good. Now quickly, with the rubbing. Did I mention awkward yet? Ah, the healing tingle. Guess what? We're not done yet. By the 12. They decided to make a very, very awkward quest line. Pardon me. Your skill was so great that I was quite transported. Truly no Udon attendant could have done better. Sublime. I shall now have a brief drowse, then soak in the springs until sundown. After that, a humble meal with white wine from my own stock, and perhaps peaches. And that's not the last we see of Godbert. In fact, we've already seen him in the, well, not part of the playthrough, but in the I can't remember. It was the Christmas thingy. Or winter celebration thing. So if you haven't seen that video, there you go. There's your chance to see where we first saw Godbert. And I did it again. At least I wasn't that far this time and it was on Carbuncle already. I need to go that way. Rukusa Farusa. Thank you for your service, adventure. It seemed he believes Bronze Lake to be some sort of retreat for the rich. He paid a very handsome fee for his stay, thus far, and profusely complimented us on our asceticism. Rukusa Farusa seems to be near the end of his tethers. First one thing, then another. That goldsmith passed out from too much heat. We have warned him time and again this past week not to stay in so long. Honestly, I do not trust myself to stand to this fool, for I have a mind to strangle him. If a poke revives him not, throw a bucket of lake water on him. There was ice on it this morning. And this isn't what I was referring to. This is not the last that we see Godbert. Oops. How did I manage to do that? I don't know. And that's why I'll do that. It's amazing that he's not, you know, drowned. And poke. You okay? Nope. Bucket it is. Lake water. And we'll dump some lake water again. Herm. And I guess we'll do so again. Hooray! Wrath of Relgar, what are you doing? Oh, it's you. She of strong yet tender fingers. I was lost. I freely confess it. I came to this retreat, an artisan whose craft I had lost its savor, enriching myself by indulging customers' grossest tastes. I was ready to suffer privations, and I did, but today, several hours into the ordeal of the scalding water, my life flashed before my eyes. There I saw forms exquisite, filigree masks, steel cut to shine like diamonds, graceful galleries of electrum where emeralds took the air with pearly suitors. I must return to Ulda, to my workshop. AKA, he was using this place as inspiration, I presume. That's my theory, and I'm sticking to it. And of course we're gonna go across the roof again, because why not? And look at that, a little bit of a shortcut. This way I can't accidentally go the wrong direction. Our goldsmith has departed for home, I'm glad to say. He left you this ring, a token of his appreciation, he said. The stone is taken from a fragment of Dolomud itself, created in a abiding faith that out of the worst may come beauty. It sounded as though he lost something, or someone, in the calamity. The ring is the only thing I have made in the last 5 years, he said, and now I'd like Celebrian to have it. Extraordinary. A very unexpected turn of events, I must say. I still think him utterly mad, but no doubt he is a more fascinating one. I don't suppose he'd have given me the ring if I'd... Well, no use fretting over a song already sung. And Meteor Survivor Ring. And as you can see, its bonus is increased Spirit Bond gain +3. And truth be told, I honestly forgot that that's where we get that ring. And as you can see, we're finally done the side quests for now over here, so we will teleport to Noscea. That was actually quite slow. And I believe we need to head upwards. Helps if I go in the right direction. Where am I going? I'm going that way. I know what I'm doing. And apparently it's foggy here. As you can see, you can't see much of anything. Most definitely foggy indeed. And we need to make our way over there, and no, you cannot ride your mounts in town. But there is a carbuncle that way. Not the right one we need. Unfortunately. And yes, I could have used the Ethernet shard, but it's close enough to just run. Who doesn't want to see a lot of foggy nothingness? No one? No? I do have to say, I'm very impressed with the weather systems in this game. Well, the only other Final Fantasy game that I played at the time is Final Fantasy X, and that's for PS2 originally. So that wasn't when the remastered, obviously, version was out. So I have no idea if other Final Fantasy games have weather systems. Anyhow, thank you for coming, Celebrian. Word of your triumph reached me some while ago, but I'm pleased to have it personally confirmed. First Ifrit and now Titan. Truly, when I think of your achievements, I feel the loss of the Warriors of Light less keenly, and there can be no greater compliment than that. You and your order are heroes. The people of Noscea are forever in your debt. I shall relay the details of your report to the Admiral forthwith. Please send my regards to the Scions of the Seventh Dawn. Hooray! Hooray! Yay! You're welcome. What's this? Celebrian, this is Minfilia. Your Y'shtola has informed me of your success. You have won a great victory for the people of Eorzea, one that shall not be forgotten. And what is more, both you and Y'shtola emerged from O'Gamoro unscathed. Why, Tataru and others seemed as glad of that as they did of Titan's fall. You can look forward to a hero's welcome. We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. And so we will head over to the Waking Sands. Kind of a wave of carbuncles. And ironically, we're headed in the same direction, it seems. And apparently Tatsuru's in there. Something is amiss here. We have fallen comrades. Oh dear. Garlean? Noscea. This one is glad. Walking one is safe.
We'll be awaiting your return at the Waking Sands. There is much to discuss. Godspeed. Thank heaven she is safe. Louisoire, do you see? Your light shines brightly in this one, and in time it will illuminate the realm once more. Oh!
Advance no further!
We have come for the one who slayed Ifrit and Titan. Bring her forth, and you may yet know mercy.
Confound it. Stay out of sight. I would leave a message with you. I surrender myself, on the condition you spare the innocents.
Conditions? There speaks the Supreme Sire. I'll grant you have courage, but you would be better served by armor.
Search all you will. The one you seek is not here.
So it would seem.
And yet you knew to look here. But how?
Hold that thought.
No!
Conditions of surrender. Denied.
Cease at once!
Have you not done enough?
Perhaps. Enough. We must away. Though we have not found our quarry, the High Priestess of the Scions should suffice for now. They say she also possesses the Echo. I cannot wait to hear her scream. I said enough! We leave. Bring the prisoners.
Walking one Minfilia. Ask this one to... In case Walking One returned, this one was to say... At church in eastern Thanalan, Walking One must claim sanctuary. This one tried to protect Walking One Minfilia from Imperial ones. Forgive this one. Save. So, things just got very serious. And because we can teleport, I am just going to teleport there to Camp Drybone. The rain seems very fitting in this current part of the main scenario quest. Somewhat ironic. Is something troubling you, my child? You have the look of one who has endured great suffering. If there's anything I can do to help, anything at all, you need only ask. And forgive me, Father, for I have sinned. Cursed my enemies, Father. Called down divine vengeance upon those who butchered my friends. For the wild roses are dead, Father, and I know not what to do. Which is the option we're going to go with. The wild roses? I see. You may speak freely here. We are all friends of the Scions. How could this have happened? And you are certain that Minfilia was among those taken by the Garleans? Let us pray no further harm comes to them. You may stay here for as long as you wish. It is the least I can do for a friend of Minfilia's. I've known her since she was but a child. Well do I recall the day of our first meeting. I swore then to do everything in my power to support her, and I will gladly offer the self-same service to her brother and sister Scions. So please, no matter what you require, you need not hesitate to ask. Marquise, would you come here for a moment? Yes, Father? If you require assistance, pray speak with Marks. He is a trifle shy, but I assure you he means well. I should explain. Marks is a survivor of the Battle of Cartano. Alas, his experience took a terrible toll upon his mind. Had we not taken him into our care, he would surely have perished in the desert. Marks, I want you to look after Celebrian. Do you understand? Yes, Father. Apparently someone else just got to that part in the quest line because they just got the same achievement as we did. So we'll talk to Marks here first. Marks has a personal request to make of you. Excuse me, Celebrian. Do you have a moment? It concerns this broken horloge, which was found in the pocket of a man brought here for burial. There is something familiar about it, but just what I cannot say. Perhaps if I tinker with the device it will come to me. However, I lack the proper tools to do so. I would ask that you journey to Ulda in my stead to obtain a bull-point chisel and a pair of needle-nose pincers. If you are willing to do this, please note that, as they are uncommon tools, you may need to visit the Goldsmiths Guild and browse the markets in order to find them. And we'll also talk to Illud, who has a quest for us. The ache you carry cannot have escaped Father Illud's sharp eyes, yet he makes no note of it. Death begets death, especially in those places where privation is the sovereign. A corpse left unburied. I think that's supposed to be corpse. A corpse left unburied is as rich field to Valkin, where they may sow pestilence and water it with their miasma. Nowhere is the rule of privation so apparent as in Lost Hope. A man may die upon the roadside there and go unclaimed, for no ties bind these unhappy folk together except a common misfortune. Their homelands are no more. But as long as they live, some hope remains, and so we must thwart pestilence ere it begins. Will you deliver this repellent to that den of sorrows? And Edward appears to be toying with a defective device of some sort. Just my luck. I scavenged this here oven, thinking I could use it to make myself hot meals, but it looks to be in a bad way. Lots of dents, a few holes even. Hey, you're pretty well traveled, ain't you? You've ever seen one of those before? Or better yet, know how to fix it? No? Bah. Wait, I know who we ought to ask. Mind showing this oven to Marks for me? He repaired a clockwork toy I found once, so maybe he can do something with it. Marks. Is there something I can do for you? Broken alembic. What appears to be the pitiful remains of distilling equipment used by alchemists to work their magic. This is an alchemist's alembic. You say the boy wishes to use it for cooking? I suppose it would be possible were I to make some modifications, but I would need a bronze ornamental hammer to do so. Can you bring me one, Celebrian? You need only go so far as Camp Drybone to find a merchant who sells tools. And we also have a quest out here. Pandrick. Pandrick is a breath of fresh air in this house of tears and melancholy. Very angry air. She needs you to find someone, and quick. Where is that turnip head? We have already waited some hours for my cousin, and still he dallies. Thou knows where. He is ever late. I do not understand why he cannot simply depart early. Still, I confess, I am fond of the fool. I would go look for him, but his route winds close to Halatali training grounds, and they say 'tis a romp of beasts there, beasts of the most dangerous kind. You are an adventurer, and surely this is the sort of thing that, oh, I don't know, makes your blood sing, heart boil, or some such piffle? Will you look for my feckless cousin? I guess so. And, oh, I have a couple more quests over here. we'll talk to Baron first. Rousing himself from a considerable gloom, Baron seems thankful for your presence. The sun has shone upon a terrible sight today. One of the bereft wished to place upon the grave of his beloved a sprig of elfic lavender. He strayed far, for the flower is sparse in this parts, and was grievously wounded by fiends. Grief makes us all slow in wits and limb, and I fear that these attacks will not cease until the creatures are gone. I pray you, banish the foul things. They were last seen to the east near the remains of a gubu. And Daddy Jew needs your help to mend a humble linen vestment. Psst! You that wonder-working adventurer? You can work some for me today. See, the father asked me to mend this vestment, but look, both the weft and the weave's gone there, and there. I'll need more cloth than I have. There's a merchant at Blackbrush Station right now. He'll give you what I need. Hurry on, off to Central Thanalan you go. So, we have tasks here, and there, and there, and there, and also in Ulda. So, we will actually start in Ulda first. And then kind of work our way back. I think that was all the quests that we needed. So, in Ulda here, we need to go... Oops. Hitting random buttons. We need to go to the Goldsmith's Guild there, and then over there. And just out of curiosity, we'll look on our way after we load to this area. Out of curiosity, I want to see if we have... Oops, title, and the only one we have is Gambler, which is part of an achievement in the Gold Saucer. And we need to head over this way and go into here and speak with Memedusu. A ballpoint chisel? Why yes, we happen to have a surplus of that particular tool. By all means, take one if you so desire. An odd request, if you don't mind me saying. It has a very limited number of applications. I don't doubt you for a moment. And now we need to head over there. And this time I am gonna take this here. Sapphire Curfew Exchange. Just to save a little bit of time. Sintgot. Welcome, welcome. What might a discerning... My word, did you say needle-nosed pincers? You must be a skilled craftsman indeed. Please take this pair as a gift. By the by, do you have a representation here in the exchange? If not, I would be most interested in discussing a partnership. Apparently whatever this guy is doing is very tricksy. And we will head on over this way. And jump onto the carbuncle. Actually, I will teleport to the Blackbrush station to save a bit more time. And I'm just going to set those back to normal because I couldn't remember where that other quest was, and I'm assuming I need to speak to the scrupulous shopkeeper. Came from Dead Jew, did ya? I was wondering where she'd gone to. Stopped by her shop the other day. Was going to offer her a cup of tea. She missed a nice one, and Amber tip from Curorthus. Per usual, I'm assuming. The tattered linen, yes, madame? Now don't you go misapprehending. It's nice and soft. So she can pulls out the threads and reweaves what she's mending. Here you go. And now to over here. Waka. What business do you have here, stranger? Oh, you came from the Church of Saint Adama Landama. Valkin repellent. When lit, this incense releases a citrus-like aroma that most Valkin abhor. Ah, the Valkin repellent. The good father told me last moon of this plan. He is a man that keeps his word, and 'twas kind of him to have you deliver it. Did he tell you where and how these are to be used? I fear I have little knowledge of alchemy. I guess we're supposed to plop these in the various locations. One over here. And one there and over here. Thank you, stranger. This place may seem wretched to you, and none here would deny it, but last year it had the look of a charnel house, so fiercely did the pestilence rage. Tell Father Illud we owe him a debt of life. I confess, though, I wonder if we are saved from a plague only to perish in war. We have little love for Garlemald here, and news of them who burned our homes travel fast. What chance does Lost Hope have against a force that plucked Alamigo like a ripe peach? Fight or flee, we must make plans. Yet few have ears to listen to me. We have too much to fear already. Too many demons to slay every hour. And now we need to go to Eastern Thanalan, and I'll just travel there this time, because it's the fastest way to get to that location. And I guess actually this way would be the faster area to go through. And we just need to head over here. And we are long since needing to worry about those guys. As I kind of go the long way around, but that's okay. Took maybe 10 seconds more. So, going through here, and then we need to fight something. What do we need to do? We need to go over here. Slipshod Wayfarer. Obviously... Huh. I don't remember fighting these before in this area. Oh, the first time for everything. To remember, anyway. Free stance, and we need to talk to Slipshod Wayfarer here. I believe this is the cousin who's late. Thank you, and thank you thrice. Saw those rather nasty brutes coming and thought, well, nothing much really beyond. Arg! They really should take old Holatala down. The place has absolutely gone to pot. Oh, look at the time. Mustn't keep the burial waiting too much longer. I suppose my cousin Fondrick, she of the overtight corset, is none too pleased. You are quite right. And now we'll head over that way. Which is more or less in that direction. Over here. And then we will teleport back to Camp Drybone. And actually, I think we can actually use the return button in this case. And I am just going to put that up there to make sure that is the one that is getting done. And then we'll turn these quests in, and then that will be it for this video. And it obviously ran a little bit longer. And I felt it close off and not so dark humors. Destination. Shroud Mandragora. I think there's... oh, I guess that was the only location, so we will go ahead and use the return button and go back to Camp Drybone as I had said. And then we will pop on the carbuncle here and we will head on up this way. Since we need to head right over there. And as I said, we will turn in these quests. In no particular order. I guess we'll speak to Fondrick first since they're there. Oh, thank you. He is absolutely incorrigible. But to think we might have had to bury him as well. Then again, that's one burial he wouldn't have been late for. There's a thought. Yes, a very dark one at that. Did you? There you are. Did you get what I need? Tattered linen. In addition to being tattered, it is also frayed, torn, moth-eaten, lice-ridden, and stained with what appears to be blood. You get what you pay for. Much appreciated, adventurer. Now we'll see how nimble these fingers are. Father needs this right soon, he said, going out on some priestly business. This is a piece of his compared to the last order, though. Excuse the salty talk. 'Twas big as a house and burnt as a slattern's supper. Father Elude brought it, but it looked to be for that leech-keeper fellow. Baron. When the calamity struck, it sundered life everywhere, and not only among our races. Look around and you will see how things have fallen apart. Feet, claws, roots, all have been torn from the earth they were planted on. The dead Gubu was a child of Coerthus. The calamity shattered its native mountains and fled before destruction as a caravan flies before a sandstorm. Years it wandered. We found it dying and received its memories. It had gathered seeds from every land it passed through, and they flower upon its corpse. A living map of its loss and exile, north to south, mountains to the desert, cloud-bearing shooting stars, merry bells and cliff roses, elthic lavender from lower Thanalan, even roselles from Bloodshore. To wander is a dream and a nightmare. Adventurers such as yourself must know it better than I, but I imagine there are days when the flame of adventure gutters, and you feel yourself to be as bereft as those in lost hope, and upon us no flowers grow. Indeed. We'll go with those. And we'll leave that quest to be picked up in the next video. And we'll turn in these quests here. Elude. Thank you, Celebrian. Something for what ails us in thinking, we find relief in doing. The ministrations to exiles is one of the duties of the Church of Saint Adama, Landama. I pray that someday, within the grace of the gods, they may find again what they have lost. And I'll just yank those. And we'll talk to Marks here. Have you brought the tools I requested? Bullet point chisel. Unlike carpenter's chisels, which have flat heads, the bullet point chisel has a pointed one and is used by expert goldsmiths to perforate soft metals. And needle nose pincers. This tool is often employed by goldsmiths or clockwork engineers to seize and manipulate minuscule pieces of wire, aka very delicate work. Something occurs to me. Please wait here for a moment. Or please wait here a moment. It was for naught. Though I repaired the device easily, the sensation that stirs within me remains a mystery. But how? How did I do it? These hands. My hands, they moved with a mind of their own, deftly manipulating the clockwork mechanisms. There was no doubt or uncertainty. I knew exactly what to do, as though I had performed the same motions countless times before. Pardon me, Solarian. This was a mistake. Please give the horloge to Sister Eluned, whatever. The man who once owned it is currently in her care, and I think it best that it be returned to him. Right. We will turn in this part, and then we'll leave it. That's it for the video. Eluend. Good morrow to you, madame. Have you come to pay your respects to this man? Repaired horloge. By some manner of clockwork wizardry, this strange contraption can precisely measure and follow the 24 bells in a single turn of the sun. Never before have I seen such a queer device. You say that it measures the passing of time? Mayhap they are more common in Garlemald. I am given to understand that its cities are filled with all manner of amazing technologies. Mark said that it belonged to the deceased. Oh dear, you don't suppose that the owner might have been a Garlean spy? It may behoove us to notify the authorities in Camp Drybone. But mayhap more importantly, how did Marks manage to repair this device? I knew he had talent for the trades, but this goes far beyond bending fences and thatching roofs. Indeed it does. And no, I'm curious. I'm confused. Why can't we turn this in? Oh. Because I don't have the bronze ornamental hammer to Marks. I will find that and get that off camera and then be able to turn that in quest. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.